Welcome to Destroyer Industries. Audio subsystem initializing. Preparing 808 kick. Staging hi-hats. Tuning snare drum. Initiating vocal overlay. Compiling desynthesizers. Audio subsystem initialization complete. In 3, 2, 1.
This claim is ours. I'll make this easy for you. Leave now, or we kill you. I'm happy either way.
The time has come for something new. Something to change the game. When seeking fortunes at the fringes of civilization, you need someone you can trust. In this age of uncertainty, it's time to take back your strength. It's time to release the Kraken. Drake Interplanetary. We got your back.
Begin diagnostic pattern. Increasing intensity. Increasing intensity. Diagnostics subroutine complete. Let's rock this motherfucker, you stanky bastard. Initializing holographic video overlays.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, chat. How is everyone? Let me scroll up. Marcus, how are you? Welcome in. Solomon, good morning. Sam, good morning. How are you? Bones, welcome in. Ubu, how are you? Randprint, how are you? Kujix, welcome in. Aether, how are you? Welcome in. How is everyone? It's Tuesday, my dudes. No, you can't do the exclamation Wednesday because it's not working. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Happy to get in and start playing. Have you been able to get in, Solomon? I know quite a few people have not been able to. Much healthier. Did they hotfix yesterday? Really, Ander? No. Finger slip. It's almost as bad as the excuses from people at work this morning. Can I get a freaking bean on the dang pedestal? We're gonna get 2 on the pedestal. It's a blue one. Toothpaste? Thank you. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people are locked out and having major issues. I don't know, I didn't even try. Able to get back in easily? Oh, okay. I can't even... I don't know. I'm so done with people at work. That's not even funny. Hi, Shem. How are you? Hi, Caffeine. Shmam. Shem. How's it going, chat? We're gonna talk 1.0 stuff today. You guys ready? Trying to get good. What you trying to get good at, Shem? I work from home, Caffeine, so I don't have to see them face to face, and I'm fucking glad that I don't. I'm very glad that I don't. Yesterday, I messaged my boss, because, okay, so in order to do my job, I need other people to do their jobs. Well, okay, in order to do part of my job, I need other people to do their job. These 2 other people didn't do a single thing last week. Not a single thing. So I messaged my boss. I was like, fuck those guys. And yeah. So there's that. And then this morning, they were making every excuse as to why. First, it started yesterday where they were making excuses. Then this morning, they were making more excuses. And I literally texted my boss. I was like, these excuses make me shake my freaking head. Like, it's ridiculous. It takes 3 seconds to do what you have to do. But no. My people, they're your kind of people? Hi, Jared. How are you? We're gonna talk 1.0 today, chat. Enough about work, it's pissing me off and I already have to deal with it later. So, let's not worry about it. And let's watch Citcon. Anyone who makes Dora cringe? I'm trying to think of how I can explain it without giving away what I do. Shaking a rate. For real! Okay, so yesterday's excuse was, well, it's not uploaded until later, a few days later. They seem to forget I can see when things are uploaded. It's time-stamped. So I can see when it's uploaded. Then, the excuse is, if I do it for them, it makes their job easier. That's not my fucking job. I've already taken half of their workload. Like, Hans, how are you? Welcome in. Yeah, Shem, right? It's very frustrating. But yeah. Are you guys ready to talk about 1.0? I'm ready. Oh, Shem, you have no idea. No idea. Knows exactly what Dora does? Yeah. Quiet quitting is real. These people... But for real, I did text my boss this morning and was like, what the fuck? Just the same as I texted him yesterday and said, fuck those guys. Her whole name. It's true, he did. Hi Stein, how are you? Ready Player One? Really? Yes. Are you ready? Okay, we're gonna watch. But we're gonna start off at a point where I giggled. Okay? We're not gonna start at the 1.0 stuff quite yet. We're gonna start at a point where I giggled. I giggled really hard. He did use my middle name, but that's because I was being stubborn. Fun fact, if Tara uses my name, I get really nervous. Like, very nervous. If my father texts me or like calls me and he uses my name, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But if Tara uses my name, I'm like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Never see you being stubborn. I'm very stubborn. I get it from my mom. I get it from my mom. But yeah. Enough about that. I was like, Caroline... Caroline, Vera... Gillica, you sort your shit out. Hi, Gameplay, how are you? Earl Grey, welcome in. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Her name is Doris. Come on, Andrew, really? Andrew knows my name. I don't know if he knows the middle name, but he knows the first and last of my legal name. I don't know if he knows the married name. I do not know the middle, yeah. Her name is Lee, I think. No, it's not. Good guess, though, Caffeine. Gertrude Letitia James. Dora's name is definitely not Lee. Wouldn't that be weird, Tara? Her name is Muppet. The Zokujix, about that. Somebody told me that that is a derogatory term. I would like it if you stopped calling me that. I'm just kidding. Dora Lee, yeah. Dora Oakley. I fucking hate it here. Alright, I'm gonna unmute Discord. Screw off, you Muppet. Alright. Alright. It's fucking rude, but okay. Let's unmute these guys in Discord. Hello, Discord.
Hello, Muppet.
Oh, fuck off.
Sorry.
Alright, chat. 10,000 quartz for being early. Let's pause this and get over here and switch over so you guys can see this part that made me giggle. Maybe remute. I'm just gonna remute them. Oh, fucking Tara! Jesus.
Because I know when Terry shows up.
Right. Alright, chat, here, let's switch over.
Initializing
Wonder if that's
holographic
Tara's
video overlays.
doorbell ringer.
You what?
Better be.
I wonder if that's his doorbell ringer. So every time someone rings the door.
It'd be great. Alright, chat. I giggled at this part. Watching. Did you see this? Dumba's face made me fucking laugh so hard. I guess we get spicy Dora today. Dora, if people aren't dumb, I would be fine, but people pissed me off too early this morning. Let's watch chat. Shh, quiet.
Oh, hi guys. I'm here with ADI, and they have something really cool this year. Welcome to the ADI ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Again, did I
Hi,
sound like
Morgs.
me, or could you give us a quick intro to what you guys are doing here?
Yeah, this is the Area 18 ASOP terminal and freight elevator terminal. We have, a fully interactive experience here, and we tied this in with our giveaways for this year. So we have Freight Manager as well, and this is where you can take, what's this? A hacking card. We have Tiger's Claws that we've been giving out. You have to search for them. You put in, and you go through the hack experience. Unfortunately, ADI is an anti-piracy org, and this is a mongrel hacking chip, so we don't want it.
Boo, I'll go take it back to Mongrel then. Come on, let's go take it.
That chat, that made me laugh so freaking hard. The look on Dumba's face was fantastic. Like, mic drop, right? I laughed so hard. I was like, yes, this is perfect. We can skip this because we don't need it.
Can I clarify something on that real quick?
Yeah.
Just so everybody's aware. So the Tiger's Claw that had the mongrel logo on it and whatever, because I know a lot of people that I've talked to were actually somewhat upset by that. And because I know Dumma very well, like I've spoken to his kids, I've spoken to his wife, I've spoken to his kids in front of his wife. Like, I know Dumma really, really well. And I've never seen that look on his face. I thought that like some shit had happened. And I was ready to go to Austin next year and kick somebody's ass. But come to find out, just so everybody knows, the whole thing was planned. Dumma actually like hacked that card up and put some like there was wires hanging out of it and other stuff. And ADI and Mongrel Squad actually spent some time kind of hanging out at Citcon and basically walked away with the, you do what you do, we'll do what we do. If we run into each other in the verse, it's fucking on. But, like outside the game, everybody's cool. So just so people know that they weren't actually being dicks, the whole thing was sort of planned.
That was great. Why we paused here? Oh, because we're not watching the mongrel interview. That's not important.
No point in watching that.
I mean, I watched it and I thought that's a great segue to transition from one org to another. So I thought it was planned all along, which it was. But
yeah, I thought, because like I said, just the look on Dumma's face, right? I thought that something had gone down, right?
hey, go back to Dumba's look. I didn't see a look.
Oh, there's
Maybe I
definitely
just
look.
don't know Dumma.
It's not just a look either. It's a look and body language. So take in the totality of the circumstances. Check the look on his face and the body language.
Have Freight Manager as well, and this is where you can take, what's this? A hacking card. We have Tiger's Claws that we've been giving out. You have to search for them. You put in, and you go through the hack experience. Unfortunately, ADI is an anti-piracy org, and this is a mongrel hacking chip, so we don't want it.
The idea host laughing. Yeah, it was pretty great.
So you see how he's turning his shoulders, but at the same time still looking straight across at the mongrel guys. That's and maybe you'd have to have been in a number of physical conflicts in your time, but that body language, the locked eyes while you're kind of turning away, is you're ready to fight. Like, yeah. And yeah, Caffeine, he looks like he's ready to go.
I laughed. I saw it and immediately messaged Tara. I was like, oh my god. Thank you, Nightmare. I appreciate you. You don't know who Mongrel is? You don't want to.
Mongrel is a
They're a pirate org.
Yeah, they're a pirate org.
And drama.
And
Drama.
Mm-hmm.
The leader of Mongrel used to be an ADI member. And so, you know, there's some history, there's some bad blood, and you know, it is what it is. But yeah, they're a pirate org.
Yeah. Amoeba Hell, how are you? Welcome in. People take things too seriously. It's a game. Yeah, and that's part of why Tara was explaining that this part here was like it was somebody said that it's like a bit, like it wasn't meant to be taken seriously. Passive, yeah, they do. And yeah, if you're taking things outside of the game to real life, like Rampant said happened to Cutlet, that's a problem.
What, did somebody start shit with Cutlet?
Yeah, somebody about in-game beef went up to Cutlet about it. I'm not a fan of pirates, but I'm not gonna go up to somebody in real life and be like, hey, you pirated me in this game. It's on. Like, no, I don't give a shit. It's a game.
Yeah, like I don't know what the thing with Cutlet was, but I'll say that in my mind, it depends on what the beef is, right? So I can tell you, I used to know a guy, used to game with a guy who he was friends with some very computer savvy yet not too ethical individuals who would find out where people lived, and this dude would get on a plane, go up to people's houses, knock on their door, and then kick their ass over stuff that happened in games, right? But and I'm not saying that's necessarily right, but
yes, caffeine.
It's definitely needed in some cases. Almost feels like. Some
yeah, that's what I'm
people have
saying.
not been told not to do stupid shit when they were younger.
That's what I'm saying. There are certain circumstances under which a person or persons need a smack, right?
Like the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where they go to everybody's that commented on their post.
That was the best.
My personal experience with Cutlet is he likes to encourage, and he's very proud of griefing, like very proud of it.
Yeah. Mixed Starbuck, how are you? Welcome. Each to their own, but don't take it outside of the game. Which is where this whole thing with our like ADI booth interview was. It wasn't meant as like a. It's a joke.
Didn't this happen last year too? With at Citcon, somebody got spit on, was it, or something weird like that?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
Yeah. Last year's Citcon was a shit show.
Miss Gabby's or whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and again, it's stupid, right? If you've got beef with somebody over something that happens in a game, generally you should probably try to keep it to the game.
Yeah.
Now, again, I do understand that sometimes someone has been enough of an asshole that maybe somebody needs to say something to them. But I
Saying
mean, spitting on people and stuff, that's
saying something to them is way different than threatening their family.
Yes.
that's true.
Spitting on them is different than speaking to them. And there was a lot of drama revolving the incident last year. And yeah, Avenger did a whole expose video about it. Yeah, Caffeine. And like there was a lot behind the scenes. And the crazy thing is I know somebody in that group of people that got called out. Actually Tara does, Andrew does. So yeah, like there was a lot that was going on.
I don't even know what group we're talking about, so.
It's a pirate griefing group. They just took it real life, like doxing, and it was just terrible. The whole thing was terrible, but that was last Citcon. This Citcon, now it's people being threatened and people can't take the jokes that they just saw. Was I there at Citcon? No. Just, well, yeah, right? No need to take things to the IRL world. Yep. It was too much rampant. It was nuts. There's people that go and have a great time, and then there's people that don't want to return because of the past experiences that they had. And that's sad. Troll should have,
Well,
yes.
I hope CIG's doing something about that.
Some of them, they did, but yeah, neckbeards in real life, yes. That's exactly what it is. Those kinds of people need banned from the game. I know some of them did get banned. There's still like an active investigation going on into some others. But yeah. Keep your shitty comments out of real life. They had 3 months. Yeah, it was something like that. Like it could have been worse. EveCon sound better behaved than Citcon, and it's not always like that. There's just like this small corner of drama, you know. If it's no, it's not that one, Solomon, but a lot of them have been banned too. Anyways, we're done with this. We're moving on to 1.0 stuff, which I think starts where? Where's I think Chris comes out first, right? And then we start talking 1.0 stuff.
I think so. If my memory serves, that's how it went.
These are ships that they are saying are coming. Scallion, Med Runners. Oops. Jared. And here's Chris. So, right in here somewhere. You didn't see this? I slept through all of this, Kutik, so I kind of skimmed through. So, like, I've seen some, but I haven't seen a lot of it.
Yeah, fucking tired ass over here.
It was fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. 2
Not when this
a.m.
happened, motherfucker. This was like, would have been, I don't know, 8 your time.
No. I got up at 7 a.m. and Citcon was over. They were doing the enter atmosphere thing.
I was up for it.
So was I.
So was I.
That's fantastic.
What paint?
I was not.
What paint on the Terrapin has purple, green, and blue?
The new Halloween paint.
Ah, okay. Because there's one sitting outside of a bunker here. It looks really awkward. I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, it's the new Halloween paint, the Day of Vara paint or whatever it is.
Kind of ugly.
Each day at 4 a.m. Yeah, so it started at 2 a.m. both days for me. And then, yeah, this one I missed entirely.
Listen to this motherfucker. It started to... Look, I went to sleep on
That's it.
Thursday. And then I went to sleep again on Saturday.
Chat, remember what I said yesterday? This sounds like an ish you, not an ish me.
That's what I tried to type in the chat yesterday, and it didn't work.
Look, I'm not saying I had an issue, because I didn't. What I'm saying is you're a tired ass.
I like sleep. But I haven't been sleeping.
That's obvious.
I haven't been sleeping very well.
I have to go to a meeting. I'll be back later. Bye.
Bye. All right, chat. 1.0 stuff. Let's get on with it. Yeah, it was really early. Well, whatever. I think this is where we want to be.
Double afterwards thing. So is that Chris there? Are you ready? All right. So with that, yes, he's angry now. All right.
Right,
so
caffeine?
without further ado, let's get to our final presentation of the night. The Star is My Destination. Introduced to you by the one and only Chris Roberts.
Exactly, Master Heath.
Hey, well, I hope you had a great day yesterday.
Okay, just real quick, chat. Did Chris talk more this Citcon than he did last year?
A little bit.
I feel like I've seen more Chris this year than I did last year. I think last year he only talked like closer to the end of each day, no? Not like randomly in the middle here and there. I think he did, yeah. I'll watch it later, yeah. Why would I stay up all night to watch Citcon? I got real life. I'll show us, yeah. It is what it is. Alright, I'm just trying to wait for this ad break to finish. It's terribly timed. Do we want
4 out of 7.
Do we want to watch it? 7 ads?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah, my Prime's not even coming. I don't know what's going on with it. That's why I can't. So.
Jesus. Akira, how are you? Welcome in. 7.
Just gonna mess up my consistency, so. Sorry.
Do we need to watch it in like 1.25 speed or can we watch it in normal speed? What do you think, chat? Right, Jared? And I don't get the option to change it. Like, I can change it, but if I change it, then you get more ads than what I tell it to do. So if I leave it where it's at, it stops with, like, the random here and there. You know? Does that make sense? Everybody should be back now?
Yeah.
Okay, I got Turbo. Yeah, I also have Turbo. Hi, Devils, how are you? Alright, chat, do we watch it in 1.25 or do we leave it where it's at? I think maybe for Chris talking, I'll leave it where it's at because I feel like he will sound ridiculous in 1.25. Don't know.
I vote for 2x.
2x? Look at that, he sounds like a chipmunk. Sambo, thank you for this stretch. I appreciate you. Devils, to be completely honest with you, we haven't done a whole lot of watching.
I actually thought of that. There hasn't been a whole lot of.
No. We watch like something here and there, and then it's just like it's conversation. Which, you know what, is fine. When we watched Citcon last year, we watched it live. And we couldn't really discuss a whole lot of what we were seeing without talking over what was going on. So I don't mind doing it this way because a lot of good conversations come up this way. Talking trash mostly? You're talking trash about me? What are you even talking about, Doubles? I'm so confused. Alright, chat. Let's watch. We're gonna watch Chris in normal speed and then we'll speed it up after.
And by the way, there's a perfect run through that Rich did immediately after the show. He went back to the office, ran it through, no crashes, no nothing. It's up on YouTube. And by the way, that's a dedication of Rich. Is like, okay, I'm going to get it done properly, and he did it, and it looks great, and it doesn't have any screen tearing because there was some screen tearing. There was a technical glitch in the setup yesterday. So anyway, watch that. And if you're doing comparisons to the old stuff,
exactly,
that
print.
video, not from the stream. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this morning. There was the base building, the crafting, and the ships, you'll be able to do it. I mean, for me, the ability to sort of create your own place somewhere in the verse, find the perfect spot for you to make your home or harvest resources, it totally changes the dynamic of what the game will be in terms of exploration and people spreading out, and I think putting roots down in the verse.
Mr. Blarg, are you being a troll? This is my dad. No, I'm just kidding. Master Heath, you beat me to it. Chris Farley, yeah. Yes.
All hail Lord Chris.
I just had to be sure that you were being a troll and you weren't serious.
Hashtag not a cult.
I regret nothing. I don't know. I was telling my husband about the troll yesterday from YouTube. And he was like, oh, people have nothing better to do. Like, why are you coming into the content that you are telling people not to do? If you're not interested. Find yourself a nice man, have some kids. Too late. Alright, chat.
So I can't wait till we get that in there. I mean, that's one of the things that makes me...
My father? I don't know what he does. Pretty sure he works for the same company that I do, just something different. Please say out loud in Arnold voice. No, I will not.
Must be nice to have a dad.
Joke's on you, Sam. It's not.
I'd even take an abusive dad.
You can have him.
Be excited.
You know, the ones that
because
throw
I
like
think it will
dishes
just
at you and shit like that, like, you know those ones?
You can have him. I knew Sam was coming in hot with that, right?
Sorry.
I think I'm older than Chris. I don't know. He's gonna be like early 40s, no? Late 40s, maybe? Like, he's not that old. I'm sure you can Google it. I'm sure there's a wiki page on him. Chris is like 50-something? What? No way.
56.
No way. That's crazy.
Is there a wiki page on him?
Yep.
I knew it. 50?
He was
No.
born in 1968.
No. Look at him. This is not the face of a 56-year-old.
Well, if you have money, you don't have to look 56 years old.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a part of that in there. And I guarantee you his hair is dyed.
Oh, probably.
One.
Or he just has really good genetics.
Well, no, if you look at his other pictures, he has like brownish hair, and it's very much black or darker in this.
As an old man myself, I can promise you somebody with a chicken neck, it does not have good genetics.
He's not, it doesn't have, he does not have a chicken neck. He's also a bit chubby. So you're saying at 56 years old, you just get chubby?
He has big bones.
My grandfather is like 72, I think. And he is like extra fit.
That's good genetics.
I have a chicken neck. It's because I'm 50 or 69. Being a little chubby helps make people look younger. Interesting. That's the trick to life that I'm missing.
Some secrets being let out today.
Just a little, but it helps. Oh, okay, well, perfect. Now I know what I gotta do. I meant to say, as you get older, you get more chicken neck. Donuts. I love donuts. Less wrinkles if you're a chubby. That's what I'm being told. Donuts. Who's bringing donuts for the class? That's a good question. I don't know. Can we finish this chat?
So much to a living, breathing universe.
You're in control of the button.
But that is a perfect example of Star Citizen, how it's grown over the last 12 years, because we definitely did not have that on the initial Kickstarter or the pitches that we were doing. And, you know, Star Citizen is a living game. I mean, we're constantly always adding content and features and tech. As you can see, we're constantly upgrading, you know, what we're doing on the graphics side, making it better and always improving it. And even after we would consider it a released or a shipped game, not an alpha game, we will still be doing that. So it's just it will be a living game. We'll never do Star Citizen 2.0. It will always be sort of Star Citizen that will continue to grow. It won't be like, oh, we're going to do Destiny 2 after Destiny 1. It will.
That comment right there made me laugh so freaking hard. Ecto, how are you? Welcome in. I laughed so hard.
At what?
When he said that we're not going to do, like, Destiny 2 after Destiny 1.
Yeah.
The last Star Citizen. Yeah. There's a name for it, Chris. That's a live service. Squadron 42, 3 episodes. Squadron 42 is a single-player game. Destiny is a multiplayer game. Hi, Wolfie. How are you? Star Citizen is a multiplayer game. But the way that Chris is saying is we won't have to go to various different games in order to keep enjoying Star Citizen. It's always going to be worked on and getting the updates and the patches and all of that stuff. I wasn't keen on Destiny. I like Destiny 2 for a little bit. I'm going to put this on and then I'm going to mute myself. Sorry, chat.
Just be a living, growing product. Same for. Right? I don't mean that. I don't mean that as a knock at them. I just mean that in today's world, you constantly upgrade and improve things.
What's that?
But the big question really is, at what point
The trademark
would
that
we,
CIG got.
at CIG, what
for
point would
a
I,
game
what point would the rest of the
that
team consider
or a
Star
form of
Citizen
entertainment, I think
ready
is
for
what the official
everybody?
trademark
Not
says.
just you guys out here who are beautiful, wonderful, early adopters, willing to put up with bugs, jankiness, you know, not a great new player experience. We know all those things are things that we want to fix and improve. And we want a game that everyone can just get into at the beginning, understand it, have fun, you know, pulls you into it, and then has a huge amount of depth. So the question is, what is that? And that is what we call Star Citizen 1.0. It's something that we've been talking and looking and designing and thinking a lot about over the past X number of years. And now we thought, you know what we should do, because I think half our sort of initial stuff is from a long time ago that you've seen, and then occasionally we'll talk about things we're doing in, you know, Inside Star Citizens or SE Lives. But we're like, okay, let's tell everyone the marker. This is what it is, Star Citizen 1.0. When we hit this this is what we consider, we're ready to go wide. You know, everybody in the world can get in, play it, whether you're hardcore or casual, have fun, play in the verse, interact, have a great time. And so that is what we're going to...
Sorry, chat. What did I miss? Became impossible to follow. Oh, yeah, I did.
You missed everything. The whole thing. It's all over now.
Okay. Nothing? I didn't miss anything? Donuts? Okay. Slight family emergency. We can carry on through it.
Tell you today is what we consider Star Citizen 1.0. That doesn't mean, as I said, that we'll stop at that point. We'll continue to grow and build and add things. So fishing is not on Star Citizen 1.0's list, but I'm pretty sure...
No fishing, chat. Not a real MMO.
The kids got arrested at school.
My kids?
Yes. Slight family emergency.
I know. It's not it at all. RMTing my account. What does that mean?
That's literally a parent's worst nightmares, that you're going to get a phone call and like your kid did something incredibly stupid at school.
I have some pretty good kids, so I don't really have to worry about that. I have to worry about them being beat up.
RMT is real money transaction. Great market.
Selling the account. That's illegal. You can sell your ships, but you can't sell your account. Look it up. It's in the sources and TOS. Just for future reference. Let's keep watching.
I'm pretty sure it will be not that long after 1.0. But that is the example. We're going to tell you what the marker is. And, you know, to do that, Rich Tyra, who's our senior game director, is going to come out with a few of our other directors and will lead you through what 1.0 will be. So without further ado, Rich Tyra. All right, Rich. Don't crash.
Yeah. Hello, Citcon.
So far, live is doing pretty good.
So, my name is Rich Tyra, and I'm the Senior Game Director for Star Citizen and Squadron 42. Now, I've been at Cloud Imperium for many years, and I've read many, many Spectrum and Reddit posts. And one consistent question I always see is, what type of game is Star Citizen? And I've read many, many answers. It's a PvE game. It's a PvP game. What about non-combat? Ultimately, it's all three. 3 types of players, 1 universe. So how do we connect those players to create a cohesive game, and not just a set of features bolted together? And it comes back to that elegant, simple question. What type of game is Star Citizen? Well, today, we're going to find out. Okay, so before we get stuck into Star Citizen 1.0, I think I need to clarify a few things. Firstly, what about 4.0? Where does that fit in?
Way of life.
Well, 4.0 is the patch that contains server meshing and pyro. And fundamentally, it's an alpha development patch, which means it's adding further tech, features, and content to our alpha version of the game. Today, though, is beyond 4.0, all the way to 1.0. And the big difference is that 1.0 is the full release of the game. Okay.
This part confused me a little bit. What does he mean by full? Anybody?
Like a full release of the game. Like, we're going into the stores now.
Just meant release. Like all
Yeah.
no, all features won't be in though.
A more stable environment that they can build upon, basically.
It'll be a beta instead of an alpha.
It's like when you're fat and happy after a meal. Okay. As in, it's not beta. It won't be an alpha full release.
You'll see it at you'll see it on the shelves at GameStop.
Mills, how are you? Welcome.
Do they even do that anymore?
Yeah.
Could
Got my
be.
ESO from there. A whole big package with a statue. I stood in line with like 4 people. It was awesome. We were all excited.
Maybe it's all the systems in game. Okay, so hold on to that thought, Master Heath, because systems are about to get talked about at one point here in the next little bit. Najib, how are you? Welcome.
So what does that mean? How will it be different to a normal patch? Well, firstly, let's look at the 1. The 1 means we're committing to higher base performance and minimal bugs. No longer will we reference that the game is in development. This will be a fully released and polished experience. It means fully rounded gameplay loops, from new player experience to story missions and endgame content.
I will say real quick,
and
that
crucially,
the writers for all
it
these
means
people definitely took extra wording in everything they wrote just to add time to what they were writing, to what they were saying.
I got you a what?
Me too. I got a licky.
They define what their vision for 1.0 is in this presentation. Oh, I know. I haven't watched the whole thing. Like I said, I scrolled through it. But I just wanted to see what other people thought when he said a full release.
no more resets between patches. It's a true.
No.
We're going back in time to Kickstarter.
It's a true persistent universe. So if that's the 1, what about the .0? Well, it's just as important. It means we're still committed to continued development, with new content and features being planned post 1.0. But those features will no longer be tier 0. We'll be committing to a higher benchmark of quality for each patch, and most importantly, it's a moment in time. If there is a content, feature, or star system that we've mentioned in the past that is not in 1.0, it just means it will come later. 1.0 is more than just a number change. It's the beginning of a new phase of development of the game. Okay, so we know what the 1 is and the .0, but before we move on, I want to address one important point.
See, that's what I mean.
And for this, we need to go
exactly
all the way back to the beginning.
If we've talked about it and it's
Here
not
we
in
are.
the 1.0 release, just means that it's going to be released later on. Really?
Yeah, and that brings us back to what Chris said about it continuing to get the updates and the patches and all of that stuff, right? So I can't even think of a game to use as an example that doesn't make you pay for like an expansion.
Yeah. ESO was actually originally supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be DLCs that were like full, almost game release DLCs, right? Like had extra stuff. But it ends up being subscription on top of paywall this and then DLCs. And it's so stupid.
The only example I can think of, but it's kind of a different situation, would be No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
That was free. The No Man's Sky update, last couple updates were free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they kicked out something that wasn't complete, and everybody knew it, and they've spent time building the complete experience.
Yeah. They didn't answer the most important question. After 1.0, will they still need us in PTO and EVO to test their patches for free? That's a really good question, Mr. Blark. I kind of hope so. We will still be testing? Yeah. I hope so. Most life services have PTO. PTRs. What's a PTR?
That's a good question. What is a PTR?
Realm, playtest realm. Okay.
Pickle testing.
Pickle testers required.
Yes.
I am not a fan of the new MFDs in the Connie. I am so bitter by this. It's so convoluted. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
What is an SSDD? So sorry, dear Dora. Like, what is it?
A solid state disk drive.
Solid state. Oh yeah, okay.
Solid state.
I liked it. I liked it better as so sorry, dear Dora. Most games have experimental branches for testing. True. Super small dinky. I always called it SSD, right? I've never heard of it as an SSDD. So sorry, dear Dora. That's what we're calling it from now on.
It's because there's no disk in a solid state drive. So calling it a disk drive is kind of technically incorrect.
Same shit, different description. Nope, I liked so sorry, dear Dora better. Let's continue.
The Kickstarter. As a backer myself, it brings back memories. And it also reminds me we had a lot of stretch goals. And one of those goals was 100 star systems. But, and there is a but, the star systems of old are not the star systems of today. They were based on the privateer and freelancer model. They were unexplorable planets with an isolated and small landing zone and had automated landings. And we all know how that went. To give you an idea, Stanton had 4 points of interest, and the entire 100 systems only had 90 POIs. Compare that to Stanton today, and we have 1,626 points of interest, and that is going to be dwarfed once we start using the Starchitect tool you saw yesterday. So where does that leave us for 1.0? Well, we will not be launching with 100 star systems, because the game we have today was not just the game that was pitched back then.
I read OFC as oh fucking Christ. Starchitect. There's some Iron Man shit. Yes. It's supposed to be, of course, right?
Yes, but it's so terrible for being of course.
Oh fucking Christ. Okay. Carry on, Chuck.
It's more rich, it's more diverse, and fundamentally, you'll be getting a whole lot more, and I mean a lot more. Okay, so now I've defined what 1.0 is, let's get into the cool stuff. Star Citizen, by its very nature, is a sandbox MMO. Today, you as a player have to find the fun. You have to figure out what you can do and how to do it.
Hi, Highway, how are you?
If you want to be a hauler or salvager, you have to know those professions exist. You have to know what ships support that gameplay. And you have to rely on outside resources for help.
Hey, chat, if you weren't sure on what ships you can use for mining, SC Mining Mom has you covered.
Is now, the game is not set up to help you.
What's that?
So we're going to add a soft
It's the site for all things mining.
a nervous system that connects all the professions, ships, and content.
Sure is.
Sorry. Trying to encourage it.
I'm
Your
so
enthusiasm kind of shot me down.
I'm so bad at talking about that kind of stuff. I don't know if you were around when I first like told the community about it, but it was like the most awkward thing that I have ever said. I was like, yeah, so we came out with this website. Check it out.
Go to it.
Yeah. Just get a Polaris. That's the best shit for those starting box missions. Yes. You don't have a Polaris, chat? You can't go cargo hauling, sorry. It's gotten so much less awkward, right? Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Andrew, you want to take care of that game? I like the pitch for all your mining needs. It's just a miner website, yeah.
What?
The one that just followed. Looks like we all need to start mining to gather building supplies in the future. Yes. Or you can hire a miner to do it for you.
Well, I just
did
blew
it.
up because of master modes. Because
I
master
don't
modes
see
is
it.
I got rid of it. It's okay. It's all good. I got it. It just wasn't popping up for me to do it, but I got it. All right, chat. We're watching.
Content together. And to do this, we're going to add a main story. To help...
New follower.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in.
To help new and existing players, to help discover all the exciting features and content we have, to take them on a journey of discovery of what the game has to offer. This story will become the spine of the universe and help onboard players with understanding how to play the game and understand what's available to them. This story will also introduce each of our guilds and what professions we have to offer. Like the United Resource Workers, our core industrial guild, which supports 2 of our main professions, mining and salvaging. They also support many other features and professions, like repair technician, crafter, and builder. Guilds are hugely important in Star Citizen, and as you know by now, guilds are comprised of many factions. As you work for each of these factions, you will gain guild reputation.
I just want to pause here for a second. What is ground extraction? There's your oil rigs, Jared.
I assume it's a group of people going into like a distribution center or something, getting a VIP and escorting them out.
But why is that in the miner section?
Oh, whoops. Yeah, so that changes the context.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, do we find like a somewhere that's like is mineral rich underneath and we have to set up something to extract from the ground, or
Bases have their extractors.
that's where you use the rock? No. I feel like the rock would be under like ship mining. Ground extraction is base building. But it's not base building. But like Anders said, it could be part of the ground extraction thing of base building.
Yeah, the Pioneer actually has something in its feet. They mentioned this Citcon where it can land on the ground and extract minerals out of the ground.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited about that.
Deep core mining. Okay. What if it's gas or oil extraction? I feel like that's going to be part of the fuel gatherers. Those deposits will be limited, and when they're depleted, you move your base to a new one. Are you guessing on that, Ace? Or is this something that's been spoken about somewhere? And if so, can you give me where?
There's been community speculation. I haven't seen any official word on it yet, but based off of the screenshots that they showed, there was a finite number of resources available on some of the screens. Whether or not that goes through or not, that's up for debate.
There were a couple of posts in Spectrum. I can link here. Is it CIG confirmed? You want to send it to Ander for me?
New follower.
Shen? I just don't want you to get timed out. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in.
See, that's tricky though with something like that, because that just means that people are gonna be like, there's gonna be so much leftover crap, right? Because if people are just jumping from one to another, like depleting a deposit and then jumping, like No Man's Sky style, you know how there's those little nodes, and they're just depleting it and then jumping around. That's gonna leave a lot of crap, and then people are gonna be fighting over areas. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, no, because you claim that area, right? Like you have like a land claim. I whisper in your ear.
Yeah, I actually hadn't read this yet, so it is confirmed that they will be limited.
Okay. Do you wanna DM it to me so I can take a look after? Thanks, Shem.
No.
So it is like
Please.
nodes, like No Man's Sky nodes kind of thing.
Yep.
Fighting over resources is good, yes.
Yeah, for the solo player.
But at least in No Man's Sky, you have billions of planets. Making these limited in Star Citizen kind of sucks.
That's my thought process, because yes, there is going to be a massive amount of planets with lots of stuff on them, but you're going to only have X amount, right? It's finite.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna see. Thank you for that follow. Welcome, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Let's just keep in mind that this is just the beginning, right? We were promised a lot. We've gotten some. There's still some stuff that we haven't gotten. So we're gonna have to see. But I was just curious what the ground extraction thing was for. Because I saw it and was like, new mining method. Cool.
You can then use this reputation as a currency to purchase guild-affiliated reward.
That would make sense.
So resources regenerate right now, right? Over time. So that could be it. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I am very like intrigued by it though.
Like ships, blueprints, and items. And each guild will have a unique inventory of what they offer. Alongside economic growth, guild reputation.
No Man's Sky automated resource mining never runs out though. Nope. But each individual extraction deposit does indeed have a limited amount of SU available. However, once you've mined out that site, it's done. New deposits will spawn when certain resource scarcity conditions are met. But just to be clear here, it's a new deposit in a new location, not the same previously mined deposit replenishing while a base is active on it. These deposits will typically take a while to deplete, however. So you could be there for months and months and months with the extraction happening, right? And then you have to get up and move your base. Now, how many of you play MMOs where you craft a base and you craft it in one spot and you continue to go there? Or later on, do you find somewhere else that you find captivating or whatever, and you move there? Oh. Thanks, Space Ghost. Andrew just posted that one. Does GTA 5 count as an MMO? I mean,
The only experience I have with an MMO is Atlas, and that you build your main base, and that's it. That's where you are, because it becomes a resource management, right? So you're always going out to grab resources to build stuff. So you need an actual permanent spot to continually build, right? And if you keep jumping or moving around, you have to move all those resources with you, and that's insane to do that. That's like galleons of ships just to move resources. So if that's similar to what's going to be happening here, that's going to be so much hell to do. It's like trying to remove a whole like distribution center. I mean, that's almost impossible.
Yeah, I imagine that people will set up their bases in protected space for storage, and then they'll have mining outposts where they'll go and pick up resources and bring it back.
and that's exactly what I was thinking. Nobody's going to have just one base that they're going to do all of their stuff out of. It never works that way. Depends on if there's teleporting. I don't think there will be teleporting, but I don't think it would be tough to go between your bases. That's why you have mining outposts. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. If you look at the current mining areas in the burst, they look very temporary. Yeah, with their what looks to be ground extractions. Oh, thank you. Relocate function for base building. Okay. Be able to both destroy and relocate buildings. If you have a freight elevator on the base, then destroying will refund up to X% of the materials used to craft the building. With the refunds being sent to said freight elevator, the amount refunded can be reduced based on how much damage the building has when destroyed. You will also be able to adjust the stilt heights of buildings so that it is easier to connect them to other structures on... Okay, cool. And cost credits and money to maintain. And if you have too much, it will cost a lot to keep them going. Which, that makes sense. That is where having friends or a large organization would come in handy. Also, just abandon a base? Yeah, by what? Not taking care of it, right? I want to build a little outpost to refine my own ore and repair, refuel my own ships. A prospector vulture, a small cargo of one sort or another. Something that can fight, build a wall and cover it with shields, turrets, and maybe NPC security someday. There you go. Yeah, like there's a lot of potential. What kind of streamer privilege nonsense is this? Okay, so to be completely fair, a lot of the people that I play with in-game were or are part of the org that I'm in. It's very rare that I play or have played with anybody that wasn't part of my org at some point. Abandoned.
All of this new stuff makes me want to rejoin, that's for sure. If my brain wasn't broken, I'd apply again. For sure. Because all this stuff is basically big org stuff.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Yes. Abandoned buildings will degrade and fall down over time. You're not technically limited on the amount of settlements. However, in lawful areas, the cost of buying land for UEC and the tax is scaled based on how much land you already own on that planet. So it does escalate beyond an affordable amount at some point. Failing to pay tax on a plot after X amount of time will remove it from your ownership, freeing it up for someone else. You can also just abandon ownership if you wish. Okay. I'm one of the very few. You are. I don't mind that. But like scaling taxes and like how much land, that makes sense. If you are that kind of monster that goes around on freaking Lyria and you decide to buy up 20,000 freaking acres of land, you're gonna be paying an outrageous amount. And chat, I know that's a ridiculous amount to throw out, but it was just an example. Do not take me literally. Hi, Bess, how are you?
Like ARC official servers? Like as soon as you log in, you're stuck in somebody's labyrinth of bullshit?
Yeah, that's silly. No, like, that is ridiculous. But it makes sense that you would have to pay the more land that you have on that planet. So say I have 2 bases on Walla, and I decide I want to go to Aberdeen and put a base over there. Different planets, right? So I'll be paying a higher tax in the ArcCorp area than I will be in the Hurston area. I want a player starbase out. Me too. Me too. You're not gonna catch me building on a moon or a planet or anything of that sort, because I'm not interested. Also, a player starbase in the asteroid, like in the Halo, nobody's gonna find you. And if they do, they're either really lucky or they followed you.
Yeah, probably followed.
Right.
I just want my Area 18 apartment and an asteroid base. That's it.
It depends on what they do with scanning, I think.
That's true. That's true. Do I have a Pioneer? No.
Terrapin would, or an MSR would be good for finding bases like that.
True. Gotta make a decoy base, right? With like all of like the signatures. No Pioneer. Nope. But you wanna know the best thing? Literally almost all of my friends have said that because I don't own these base building freaking things, that I can hang out at their stuff. Which is great. Until I can eventually buy stuff in-game without having to worry about that. The crime set, and then everyone who accepts the bounty will find you. That's true. What's the point of Pioneer now? If from my understanding, the Pioneer is base building, correct?
Base building manufacturing.
Yeah. So like you're able to use it to build bases and do that kind of stuff. Extra large building drones, yeah.
Yeah, didn't it say 4? They have 4 drones?
And resource extraction, yes. If there are no comma rays nearby, there will be no crime stats. Okay, but I can still go get my crime stat and go to no comma ray area. I still have that crime stat. I can still be semi-hunted. Hi, Cataclysm, how are you? They made it seem if you don't have one, you will still be able to build, right? Yeah, so you don't need the Pioneer, it just helps. A hot tub on the Pioneer? Why would they put a hot tub on the Pioneer when there's already one on the Connie?
As far as I've gathered, the Pioneer can build up to extra large. Extra large is space stations, and that's the only ship that they currently have that can build space stations.
Yeah.
I don't know if there will be extra large stuff on planets.
True. I'm okay, Cataclysm. Thank you for asking. Dora, come see me on my endeavor for some black market mining laser upgrades. I got you. Do I get them cheaper? In entertainment? In a hot tub? You find hot tubs entertaining? I find hot tubs gross. I don't want to get into that discussion. My endeavor will be doing all of the researches. Yeah, all of them. How many people in chat own an endeavor? I need some black market mining heads. Rampurnt's your go-to guy. I swept the water out of my hot tub because, you know, passive leak water cloudy. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta clean that. You gotta switch it out. Okay.
So you're not supposed to cook hot dogs in your hot tub?
No, can we... Chat, we are way, 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 way off discussion here. 6 endeavors? Jared's lying. Hot tub equals human soup. Yeah. Blech. That's what grosses me out, Misk. Why'd you have to say that? I have the master pack for the endeavor. What's the master pack?
Means they spent a lot of money.
That's fair.
Cooked human.
See, off topic is better than hot tubs. Right? Which is why I switched to the endeavor conversation. But y'all are still going on about hot tubs. Yeah, I spent a lot. That's it. Okay.
I have a master pack.
What is it? I get all the modules, essentially. Oh, that's it?
Yeah, it's an endeavor with all the modules.
Never go and shim past the hot tub, right? Wait, don't you have 2?
I have 3, but I don't have 3 master packs. I have 3 endeavors, but I have 1 master pack to cover the modules for the other 2 endeavors.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You have 3 endeavors?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a reason he has 3.
You have a Kraken and they gave you the Endeavor for now?
They're doing they all have different purposes. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, you can equip the modules on the Endeavors and you don't have to swap them out all the time. You can just take whatever Endeavor you want to use.
Yeah.
That works.
I have 2 Galaxies. I do not have a single one. I love hot tubs, just not in the summer. I've been trying to convince my husband to get a hot tub, but it's just not lifing right now. I just wish I had the master pack. Oh, I wish I had the master pack, yeah. No, you keep the CCU. It just gets more valuable the more it goes up. I haven't seen it in years. I plan to get all modules in game. Ready for some Explorer gameplay? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Chat.
The pack was available last year.
Buy modular ship, get modules in game. Yeah. It'll probably be IAE. Okay. Shh.
Will become a core progression of the game. And to talk more about guilds and our main story, I'd like to introduce David Haddock onto the stage, our very own narrative director.
That's not a bad idea, Renfrew.
Thank you, Rich. Hello, Citcon. How's it going? Awesome. So yes, 1.0 is very exciting, and it's going to provide us probably our first real opportunity to finally inject a massive amount of narrative into the game. But we're looking to do that in several of ways. Now, Rich introduced the main story, so let's get into it. What exactly is that? First, it's a narrative experience. This will be a crafted story through the star systems and professions of the Star Citizen universe, taking players on an exciting adventure that will finally kick off the growing tension between Earth and Terra. Yeah. It will be NPC driven. So while Squadron 42 will always be the place to go for AAA cinematic adventure, we're bringing a lot of the techniques that we learned from that to capture and build a cast of dynamic characters, some of which may be familiar, for both this story and the PU. And the main story is also designed to be sort of like a tour bus structure where you can hop on and hop off at any time you want to. So we're not also requiring you to do it. So if you want to log in day one and just go off and do your thing, you can do that. Or
Okay, so
maybe you want to put the story on hold so you can go explore a new facet of gameplay that you just discovered. Go for it. The point is that you can complete it at your own pace. So that's the what. So why do you want to do this? What's the motivation to want to go on this ride? Like Rich said, for new players, it's a great way to ease into sort of the vast lore that we've been developing over 12 years, the gameplay, the locations that the game has to offer, and also give you a sense of upcoming stories that are about to come. But you've been playing Star Citizen for years. You probably know the lore better than me. So what's in it for you? Now, of course, we'll have rewards along the way as you complete missions and whatnot, but we're finally going to offer a big prize for completing the story. Citizenship. So, many of you already know this, but for the uninitiated, in the UEE, there are citizens and there are civilians. Citizens are members of the population who have demonstrated a commitment to bettering the empire, and as such are given benefits that civilians just don't have. Now, what those differences have been debated in the community over years. 1.0, we're finally going to answer that debate. I won't get into the full list of benefits that we're going to offer, but can reveal that one of them will be around land ownership. Citizens will be able to purchase land anywhere in the UEE and enjoy the security that comes with it. But civilians will have a couple of restrictions as to which systems and which planets they can buy on. So that's the why. So where is this adventure going to take you? Well, 1.0 is going to include 5 star systems. This story is going to weave you through all of them, but where exactly are you going to go? First, we've got Stanton, which needs very little introduction. I'm sure you're all very intimately familiar with these 4 corporate-run worlds. But since I do lore, I figure I could take the next hour and just walk through each one of these. But I'm kidding. We've also got Pyro, Land of the Lawless.
Service guarantees citizenship sounds like space communism. I love it. Yeah, so like you do like the story, and then you gain citizenship later, which, in my opinion, makes sense. You need to prove yourself to the UEE for them to make you a citizen. It's the same as when you go try to get citizenship in another country. You have to prove why, or like prove to them to let you in, right? It's more along the lines of space, like Starship Troopers.
The question that I have is, can you lose your citizenship if you become a pirate?
I feel like that's where rep would come in, right? Like you have really good rep with the UEE after you do the narrative stuff, right?
Yeah, but if you start attacking UE facilities and ships and all that stuff,
then your rep's gonna go down. I feel like eventually you'll lose your citizenship.
right? And do you lose your land claim as well? So if you build up your citizenship and build up a piece of land claim somewhere, and you start doing unlawful stuff and ruining your reputation, do you still have that plot of land with all the protections involved in that?
So,
or would they remove that from your...
In speculation, for speculation purposes, chat, don't take me seriously on this. I think maybe if you start becoming like unlawful, your rep is going to go down. You're going to lose the security to your base, but you're still going to have it. I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. Yeah, until, it gets taken over by UEE, like that.
Yeah, I want citizenship. It'd be nice to not be a pleb.
Yeah. Dora's word is oh my god. No. But that's what I think. I think that you're just gonna lose the security of, like, for your base. And still be a pirate. I imagine that if you go lawful first, you might be locked out of the rep tree of the council, but might lose your rep with the lawful side and getting locked out there too. I don't know.
There is a difference between being a privateer and a pirate, though.
Yes. Just go pirate and pyro or nix. Yeah, yes you would. You would have to. You can't have it both ways. You're either a good citizen of the Empire or you're a scoundrel living outside of it, just like everything. If you abuse it, you lose it. I don't think you're gonna lose your base. I think you'll lose the security that comes with it in the UEE territory.
Yeah, that gets a little weird because they did sell land claims. Actually, they still do. I think it comes with the Pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you use your land claim, or maybe you're not permitted to use your land claim if you don't become a citizen on a UEE planet.
Yeah. They don't have to.
I imagine there will be other factions as well doing land claims because, for instance, Stanton technically is, like the planets are not owned by the UEE, so to speak.
No, yeah, but they do the
space.
Yeah, they do the security.
Space. So in the lore, actually, the security has to be handled, but mostly, for
by the corporation,
policing by the planet themselves. In this case, so at least for Stanton, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the excuse for why Grimax is where it is in Crusader space. Yeah. It's just Crusader didn't crush it when they could.
A lot of games let you just join and rank all the factions. And I feel you may be able to do that, but say you go with the what is it, the Dusters, right? So say you start ranking up more with the Dusters, your UEE faction rep is gonna go down a little bit. Like, you'd be a pretty bad pirate if everyone knew. That's true.
Yeah.
CIG has said that you won't be able to do that, but rep can reset. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So what they said is it's not the individual factions, it's the guilds that are above them. So all the criminal factions are under the council, which is the criminal guild, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And the guild is what gives you actually the bonuses in the future. So you will not be able to go into the council if you've ranked up and joined on the quote unquote lawful side,
Mhm.
and vice versa. So that is why you might be locked out by one and not getting the benefits of the other anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if you can get locked out of both. That would be annoying because it's so going lawful to unlawful is easier, I think, if you think about it. But the other way around is definitely going to be an issue.
You'll have to
There might
prove
be a way to do
yourself.
it, but it's very, very, very difficult, I think.
Yeah.
Even though they said in that social panel, I think it was, that it was impossible, that you would be hard locked out. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but then again, they changed their mind about stuff.
UEE security these past years. So, from my understanding, Rampant, at one point in time, the UEE security was insane to a point where you could not do anything without security being there. They dialed that back. They used to spawn, yeah, and then they dialed it back to what we have now. But pirates spawn too. And very rarely do we see NPC pirates anymore. I remember when I first started, I saw them all the time.
I actually missed the NPC interdictions. That was actually interesting. And
Yes.
I got interdicted one time, and there was a caterpillar that was blown up, and there were some pirates that were attacking it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to come back here and pick up this stuff because I was in like a Pisces or something at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all this loot, and I have to leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember jumping from the Halo back to Cruel 1 and getting interdicted. Like, there was no, oh, I'm in Quantum, I can get up and go get a drink, or I can get up and go use the washroom. There wasn't any of that. You had to stay because you never knew if you were going to get interdicted. And
To be fair, most of those interdictions were nothing.
there's not when I started. Like Anders said, it was
later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it was just like, oh, there is a destroyed ship here, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's not like that anymore, which sucks.
Yeah.
The interdictions were great. I agree. Pirates will spawn UC. Yeah. I want to see that again. Like the unlawful NPCs coming from Pyro to Stanton fighting the UEE security. That I want to see that, where they also call on the citizens of Stanton to help.
Help.
Yeah. But also look at, what is there, 2, 4, 6 planets in Pyro? I like how they don't show. Did they show the moons for Stanton too? Or just Stanton? I think they just showed Stanton. Yeah, they just showed Stanton, no moons. Okay, I was like, they don't show any of the moons in Pyro. NPC, yeah, me too. Hi, Alex, how are you? Taking off and landing. Yeah, I think it'd be super cool. Dora, press play. Are you,
Distraction spell.
are you telling me what to do, Caffeine?
Distraction spell successful.
Help? Help with what? Cataclysm.
Help.
Caffeine's telling me what to do. I know we are, Caffeine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
A volatile star at the center of the system is the perfect metaphor for the constant struggle between the gangs and survivors trying to hack out an existence here. If you saw Ian's location presentation yesterday, then you know that he reintroduced...
I didn't know there was such thing as a tangenting. I thought it was going on a tangent.
We're tangenting. Which is basically the same as going on a tangent.
Nick system. There's another unclaimed system that's currently home to the People's Alliance, a wannabe independent government formed during the Messer era, but now struggling with the burdens of governance, a growing outlaw
You're
presence,
tangenting tangents.
and a new threat on their doorstep from Vandal raids. Ian also made another big announcement of our fourth system.
Okay, can we just talk about how beautiful freaking Castro is? Tangenting tangential tangents. Say that fucking 10 times fast. My god. Right? That's so beautiful. Alright, I'm done tangenting.
Castra. Situated along the former Perry Line, this was a key strategic system to launch an attack as the Cold War between the humans and the Xi'an ever
Cascom has Sherman right here.
escalated.
Oh, right here. But also Cascom. Oh, it's right behind my camera. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I can.
Right
Very
there.
small.
Yeah. This Cascom. Super nice. Like the Castra system. Woo.
So that's 4. Do you guys want to know 5?
Vacation.
I want to know 5. Tara. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, wow. Okay. Look at this. This is like going to freaking Hawaii. This is like living in Ark. I want soul. Well, listen, Jared. You don't get everything you want.
I'm sure there's a restaurant near you, Jared, that will gladly sell you some soul.
Yeah, why Terra and not Soul? Good Soul. Terra is a super Earth. It's like 5 times Earth size or some shit. Yeah. I don't know.
Terra would have earth trees, for sure. Too.
Yeah, look at it. It's got earth trees. Look at these earth trees. Look at this. This is like the barren, you don't want to go there, you're going to hell. This is like the moon, Earth moon.
With lava? Earth moon with lava?
No, down here in the bottom right corner, this is Earth moon. This is Hawaii. This is hell. And then this is like the what's it called? I forgot what it's called. There's something.
The fun zone?
Rainforest. It looks like it would be like a rainforest area. There's a place that's like all rainforest.
Arrow looks like crematoria to me.
Kind of
From the Chronicles of Riddick.
BC. No, not BC. BC's ugly compared to that.
I could see that.
And I love BC. The Amazon. Thank you. Thank you.
What, where I order my stuff from?
No.
Will we get delivery next day?
Like the Amazon rainforests. I said BC is ugly compared to this. Yes, I said what I said. The Amazon. Not to be confused with the shipping company. The Amazon jungle. You've never been?
No.
Oh my god, really?
Never been. The only places I've been in Canada is what the heck's that place called up north in Manitoba? Flin Flon. and then Alberta, like Edmonton, Calgary.
Hmm. Interesting. Amazon, the death by snooze. What is that?
Snoo.
Alberta sucks. You know how I feel about that cataclysm?
I'm so happy he didn't say Saskatchewan sucks.
Death by Snoo Snoo is a Futurama thing.
How dare. You don't talk crap about my my province.
You want to know some lore? Some unconfirmed lore? Well, it's confirmed, just not quite fully confirmed.
Oh no, I can't I can't untime him out. Oh no.
Edmonton is supposedly owned, like the land of Edmonton, the northern land of Edmonton, like majority of it, I guess, is owned by one family, but they haven't been able to prove that that one family is a pure family. So it's basically just crown land. And it's supposedly my family.
Huh. Interesting.
We can't actually prove it because of half-breeds, right? Everybody's so half-breeds, like there's no pure family anymore.
True.
Damn half-breeds.
Yeah.
That was a fast 10 minutes. Jared.
That's another supposedly derogatory term, but I call myself a half-breed all the time.
Lizard people.
Heinz 57.
Alright, chat. Shh. Enough about what provinces are great and which ones suck. We're moving on. Like Caffeine said, the Terra system is like a super Earth. We are tangenting. Yes. Alberta oil sands. Yes, I called it hell, but that works too. Hi, Com. How are you? All right.
Yes, we got this.
Yeah. We're finally doing it. Considered by many to be the new jewel of the Empire, Terra has been a shining star against the more imperialistic tendencies of Earth, even in the darkest days of the Messer regime. Now, many believe that Terra should be the new center of the UEE. I don't know how you all feel about that. Yeah, a lot of division. But that's our starting 5. Each system and...
Okay, starting 5, chat. Starting. I'm gonna just put it in there. Starting 5. I know a lot of people are very upset that it's not a starting 100. But starting 5. I have no reason to care about the center of the Empire yet, right?
I think it's going to be very cramped, even though there are 19 planets, and the planets are fairly big.
Yeah, and that's not even showing like the moons or anything, right? That's just the planets. Well, yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 19. And then their moons.
Which is why I don't think they could go with the one shard to rule them all thing yet. They're still going to have the regions.
Yeah.
They may even have shards within regions.
The game, it's not a game.
Not a game. It's not a cult either.
Did they say this was coming in 12 to 18 months? No, not this part, Stranix. I don't believe he said this in the next 12 to 18 months. Cataclysm, we don't do negativity. It's okay to have an opinion, but it's not okay to shit on the game entirely. Again, not a game.
See you later.
No.
Bye.
They said some stuff is coming within the next 12 to 18 months. This that we're watching right now was never said. Yes, they never said any timeline for it. They just said this is for 1.0. Also, you know how I know you haven't been keeping up with what's going on in Star Citizen? Because Evocati has had Pyro in their hands multiple times over the last couple weeks, which also includes the jump points, Pyro, Stanton, server meshing, working between the two different systems.
They've worked, and I use quotes around worked.
Yes. Which is a huge step in this direction. Yeah, Rampant. Because I've seen us go from terrible to freaking awful, back to terrible, to where we are now. It has to be all in one because they won't region lock players. They can't make a base. Yeah.
Are we allowed to shit on it if we were here when you couldn't do anything but stand on a pad in Port O?
No, but look how far it's come from there to where we are now.
Okay, just checking. Because I remember jumping on the pad with a couple bunch of other people. Like, we couldn't do anything. There was nothing. Like, but everyone was like, woohoo, we're here.
And you
I
guys,
want my old brown Crusader.
I also want to remind you, Evocati is fucking rough. Evocati is rough. You don't take things from Evocati and expect it to be endgame. That's never how it works. Ask me how I know. There's been
How do you know?
There's been Evocati patches I can't even get into as an Evocati. That's how I know. So
I'm right there with Felix. I bought like Wing Commander and Freelancer, and so I should be. And the movie, I have the VHS movie Wing Commander even, and that was a shit movie.
you can shit on it, but not to me.
I do have a question. The scene where they did the warp. Oh, that was so. But how do you get your furniture out of inventory to place it?
You have to do it on the elevator.
It's not even showing up. I don't even know what category it's under.
I'm not sure, actually. This is where Platinum would come in handy, because I know he was doing it, but I don't know where in your inventory. Wing Commander watch session? What? Other? It's in other, Solomon says.
Other. Roger. I've been playing live this entire time, and I haven't had any issues yet.
I don't know. It makes me laugh that when people shit on what's going on in Star Citizen without even realizing what Evocati has or is working on, once they have to be able to go flawlessly from Stanton and Pyro and being able to communicate with Stanton while you're in Pyro, etc., everything that they're currently working on, these other systems will be able to follow. It was cheesy bad, but I think a watch party would hurt feelings. Why?
It wasn't that. It wasn't that bad. It had some moments. It's definitely a cheesy movie, but there were some fun moments in it. If you go into the movie not expecting a whole lot, you'll enjoy it.
All I said was that 5 systems is probably going to be more along the timeline of years, not 12 to 18 months. I don't know about years. Longer than 12 to 18 months, but like not a lot of years. It was bad. I don't know. I never watched it. Anyways, back to where we were going. And to answer your question, Stranix, they didn't put a timeline on 1.0. The only timeline we got during all of Citcon was for Squadron 42, and that's 2026. Most systems are barren, and so with Genesis, they'll be able to fill them out. Yeah. When they move on, they're going to merge it together. Same location. Wait, what? Sounds like I'm agreeing with you, but I'm not. hurt feelings because some people would think it's unironically a good movie. That happens. That happens. That's like I hurt people's feelings by saying Borderlands wasn't as terrible as everybody made it out to sound.
It's the
You're
same
welcome,
deal.
Stranix.
If you go into Borderlands not expecting anything, you
Yeah.
can have a good laugh out of it, and it's fine.
Yeah. But if you go in expecting it, then it's trash. 2 is a number that is plural, as in years. I don't know. I just skipped the Borderlands movie. I couldn't rank it. I was so stoked for it. And then when my husband and I both watched it, we were like, okay, that was good. You know why? We didn't go in expecting it to be like the games.
Kate Blanchett, though, of all people, how did they get Kate Blanchett to do that movie?
I don't know. Accidentally closed. Oh my god, caffeine. Yeah, I think most people were really salty because they didn't get to open the vault. And they did in the movie.
Well, I think there was a lot more to it than that made it bad.
But that's my biggest takeaway. Everybody hated it because they didn't get to open the vault, whereas they got to in the movie. Sucks to suck, you know? No.
I don't want to get too much into Borderlands lore, but I thought the vault was just not real in the game. Like they kept telling you that the vault was there, but you're never going to find it because it doesn't exist.
That's exactly what I thought too. There was like, it's there, sure. Somebody will find it one day.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know what? It's okay that you guys didn't, those of you that didn't enjoy, yeah, Andrew didn't get to open the vault. That's exactly it, Stuicus. It's okay that you guys didn't enjoy that movie, and I did. It's the same as I enjoy Star Citizen. There's a lot of people in my YouTube comments that say that I shouldn't. And that's okay.
Felix, that makes a lot of sense.
She said in the midst of COVID, she decided to get... Yeah. The entire cast was like 60. Oh my god. If that's what you're basing a movie off of is the age of the people that play it.
Don't watch the bucket list then.
You poor soul. Let's continue with Citcon.
And each planet will be featuring the massive level
Actually,
of
watch
outposts,
the bucket list.
POIs,
It's a fucking
stations,
awesome show. Awesome movie.
biomes, and exploration options that we've been perfecting with Stanton and Pyro, and you've been seeing in some of the other presentations
I
this
agree.
weekend.
I
But
can't get my
we're adding one
furniture
more
out. There's
level.
Not even,
We're also going to be adding location stories. Now, these will be short, NPC-driven missions sprinkled across our landing zones and cities that will exist outside of the main story.
Also, as the rando said yesterday, you should get into husbandry. I know. But that brings back my point. What if I want a wife?
What if you want multiple husbands and wives?
Wife bingery. Yeah, that's what I mean. That person doesn't know me, nor so go wife someone. Husband. But that's what I'm saying. People come into my YouTube comments a lot, all of the dang time, and a lot of the time I can just ignore it. But I couldn't yesterday. Don't tell me what to do with my life. If I enjoy Star Citizen and you do not, that's cool. Start a husband ranch. There's an idea. No, I know, Shem. You're good.
Oh, the Yellowstone, the second part of the 5th season is supposed to be on tonight. Was it supposed to tonight or yesterday?
Is it really? I'm gonna have to look. Work has been extra fucking busy because people don't know how to do their fucking jobs. I'm not going back to that. We're moving on. We're watching Citcon because I can't.
But will help provide an additional bit of lore and character to the location that they take place in. So, that's our main story. Let's talk more about the guilds that Rich mentioned. First, a quick recap. Guilds act as a governing body for clusters of professions and factions with a reputation and progression system that will offer rewards the more you work for them. And I want to call out 2 things. One, I'm not going to have time to dive into all of the missions that you're going to see on this board, but just know that every mission type is either in the 1.0 roadmap or already in production. And second, We're also looking to move missions away from the Moby Glass whenever possible. Sure, it will always be an easy way for us to get additional game content in, but we want you talking with people. So,
want us talking to people, except the people are rude. And they say, you can just look at the terminal.
Right.
Lord Pancake, welcome in. F12. Right, Air Solo? I kind of keep it open sometimes for, like, the humor, because global, it's just something else. F12 and F those guys, that's, yeah.
So, for
I think they
me,
mean NPCs, Dora.
I know.
for
I
me,
know.
Global Chat is like a secondary game.
Yeah, it's entertaining sometimes. All right, continuing on. Touch grass next.
So to
Nope.
aid that,
Myrick, how are you?
we're going to be adding characters to represent the factions that you'll be working for that will help sell their personality. Now, some, they'll still interact with you via the written word, but some will call and check in on your performance. And others, you may have to meet in person from time
That means you have to answer the phone.
So, let's walk through them.
We do
Here we have
that?
the first guild that Rich showed, the United Resource Workers. Whether you're eager to earn credits, mining valuable resources from remote corners of the universe, sifting through detritus to try and salvage some valuable components, or even just acting as a technician, you'll find plenty to do with employers like Shubin Interstellar, United Wayfarers Club, and more. Next, you have one of the oldest unions in the UEE, the Interstellar Transport Guild. This will be the go-to place for everybody looking to make their fortune hauling and trading. Some of the factions that many of you already work for now, such as Ling Family Hauling, Redwind, and FTL. And we're going to be adding something special for the daredevils out there, the Imperial Sports Federation. So aside from the usual racetracks that are both legitimate and illegitimate, we're
I'm
actually
not
going to be
sure why that
leveraging some
got
of
up.
our existing mechanics to build new sports and provide an outlet for all you Murray Cup enthusiasts, Cargo Olympians, and competitors to see just who's the best out there. For those who dream of exploring, I'm sure we have a couple here. We had the Academy of Sciences that was brought up yesterday in the social presentation, if you saw that. This is a science guild that will include factions like the Imperial Cartography Center, who will task you with a variety of missions to better understand our universe, such as sending you into a nebula to do deep scans, or finally seeing what's at the bottom of that planetary canyon. We're going to have a new faction called High Point Wilderness Specialists, who will offer missions associated with the various fauna that we're starting to get into the game, from population control missions to harvesting specific resources for research. Now, I don't know if we have some people who'd like to do combat, but our combat guilds were doing something a little different. Now, previous to this, these are all of our profession guilds. But for our combat guilds, they operate a little differently. See, these two are diametrically opposed to each other. So once you pledge allegiance to one, the other marks you as an enemy. On the lawful side, we have the Mercenary Guild. They represent factions like Eckhart Security, the Bounty Hunters Guild, and even some military contractors. So whether you're pulling together a team of specialists to go assault a ground base, hunting down an elusive criminal, or putting together a recon run to drum up some intel, Mercenary Guild's got you covered. On the flip side, we have the Council. Now, this is a shadowy group comprised of representatives from various gangs, syndicates, and outlaws who mandate criminal activity throughout the verse. You'll be able to throw in with rough-and-tumble gangs like the Headhunters and the Dead Saints, or work your way up to join highline criminal syndicates like the Atonis or the Drop Kings. But remember, the underworld is a dangerous place run by greed and power. So Mercenary Guild reps might not be the only people you have to worry about, as the syndicates are always looking for loyal soldiers who will hurt their competition and tip the scales of power in their favor. So as you can see, there's going to be a universe of exciting storytelling opportunities for you to undertake in 1.0. But one more thing, we're also going to revitalize our social behaviors to make the populations not only feel more alive and reactive and off chairs, but better reflect the tone and flavor of the areas that they're inhabiting. We want to see the people of Loreville slowly trudging through the streets, overburdened by the ruthless contracts, just as much as we want to see the tourists of Orison gleefully moving from attraction to attraction. And all of this is what's going to make Star Citizen be the experience we set out to make. A diverse universe
Nin, how are you? Welcome.
with a rich tapestry of stories, characters, and experiences for you to live in. To talk more about how all this feeds back into player progression, I'm going to turn it back over to Rich Tyler.
Thanks, Dave. Smashed it.
Initializing holographic video overlays.
I hope they keep pushing. Yeah. Chat, I gotta go. Let's see if I can find just some to drop in.
Rich out of jail.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining.
Great day.
Yes, you too.
Bye, Dora.
Bye. Thank you. I had a family emergency earlier. I gotta go and deal with that. But I'm gonna go drop you off somewhere. But yeah, hopefully you guys all have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. I will be back on Thursday at 10 a.m. If you're not sure what time that is, check my About Me below. If you're not in the Discord and would like to be, there's the Discord link, as well as the link to all my socials. And if you guys are mining, be sure to check out scminingmom.com for all of your mining needs. Hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye.
Initializing holographic video overlays.